If you haven't seen part one, it's on my main channel, link in the description. Otherwise, let me finish that story that was either true or false, however you want to take it. Now, there I was, trapped in the desert, and I have walked for hours. I'm out of options. I was just about to lay there in the sand, and just die there. But thankfully, some aliens flew in a spaceship at that exact same time. When I asked for a ride back home, they told me that they'd give me a ride, but I'd have to give them everything that I own. Of course, I was totally down for that because if I die out here in the desert, whatever I own doesn't matter anymore. I should have thought about that deal when I made it, though, because the desert ended about 2 miles later up the. It's not a road because it's a desert. I guess up the desert. But a deal's a deal. I'm a man of my word. I'd call this an alien invasion, but I agreed to this. So I gave and put everything in these aliens' names. I gave them everything. But when I was about to leave, the aliens seemed really mad at me. Not gonna lie, that made me mad because of how ungrateful they were, being since I literally gave them everything that I owned. But apparently, they took this deal way too seriously and way too literal because they demanded the clothes off of my back. Now, I'm usually the person to give the shirt off his back, but not in this case. I had explained to these aliens that being naked in public is a crime, and technically, they were breaking the law right now because they didn't have any clothes on. The two aliens then shrugged it off since they don't wear clothes anyway and entered my new home. And it was kind of awkward. They just shrugged it off. They didn't even say goodbye. Whatever. So there I was, homeless, broken, and eating a plan before I starved to death. The flaming hot Cheetos and hot sauce did not hold up too well either, and my mouth was still fuming. Then I thought of a genius idea. I just met some aliens, and if I tell the History Channel, maybe they'll give me a reward. I practically ran to the corner store and entered, and Mr. Kellogg greeted me, asking me where Hart was. Then I burst into tears and told him my pet Barracuda's tragic fate. Mr. Kellogg apologized and asked if he could help with anything, and that's when I pulled myself together for a minute and asked to use his phone. Now, I would ask for his cell phone too, but I already know the History Channel's number by heart. Bad choice of words right now. I'm crying. I can't. Give me a second, guys, please. I have such fond memories of Hart trying to bite my fingers off. Oh, he was so cute. Good times. Okay. I'm good. Anyway. I call into the History Channel all the time because there's always strange things that happen to me. So this is nothing new. When the person at the front desk answered, I gave him my name and they knew exactly who I was and immediately directed me to the CEO. Now, sometimes the things that I see and report do end up in the news. I already found Bigfoot like 15 years ago. I've already given a good award. I'm always given a good reward, but at the end of the day, raising a pet barracuda was expensive with all the dead bodies I had to purchase on eBay. Anyway, once the CEO was on the line, I told him all about the aliens at my old house and gave them my old address. And they promised me $500 million if this went through. Well, the History Channel called their special forces and SWAT policemen to help and surrounded the house. And they surrounded the aliens at their new home. A SWAT team member literally knocked on the door, and the aliens answered foolishly and were taken into their possession. The best part about this, besides winning $500 million, is the fact I got to keep all my possessions. Sadly, though, one of the SWAT team members used my computer to get on Facebook to contact his wife because his phone died, and I never clicked off of eBay. And I have my laptop still on. It was just resting, so when he got my laptop out of resting mode, it showed I bought some new dead bodies recently for Heart. So after some legal drama, I ended up with them taking nearly all the money because this world is greedy, and they need. But thankfully, I still have a clean record, and thankfully, I have just enough still after all that, where I never have to kill people for money ever again, and I can live comfortably the rest of my life. Hey, that's my story. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Until next time, you cannot believe this story, but I was the witness. Thank you.